everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to run through my children's lunchbox, the Bento lunchboxes that I'm using for the back to school. I'm also going to show you what I've put in the lunchboxes for their first day at school, and I'm just also going to go through the planner that I use to pack their lunchboxes with. You can download this free on my website. I'll put the website down below and all the details there. But it's just a print basically. It's like a PDF, and yeah, you can just print it instantly and it's free. If this is something that's, you know, that works for you. But yeah, I'm just going to run through how I've sort of designed it. It's no different to just using a piece of paper and jotting down the same sort of thing. I'm just like arranging it the way into sections so I can tell what my children are having each day. And if I do it the night before, I find it's a lot easier because with the Bento lunchboxes, I always pack them in the morning. When I used to just use the cooler bags, I used to be able to pack the lunchboxes at night time, but because I'm opening up bags and putting them into the lunchbox, I'm worried that they're going to go stale and things like that. So so I'll run through the planner with you and just show you how I organise my kids' lunchboxes accordingly to how I've set out the planner. And I do this at night time. It's a lot easier, so when I wake up in the morning, I can just look at the planner and go, this is what I want to put in the lunchboxes. Otherwise, sometimes in the mornings, I'll open up the pantry and I will just look at it and I can't think of anything to put into the lunchboxes. Doesn't matter how much food's in the cupboard, I'll still go blank. But if it's written in front of me, I'll know that just, you know, it's just a mechanical thing where you can just read it and pack it. So I'll show you what I do there. This is the planner here. It's called Mum, What's in My Lunchbox. I named it that, it just seemed like it had a bit of a ring to it, and it was, you know, self-explanatory for what it was. So I've just sort of put it into categories here. Everyone's categories is different. This is the way I do it. So this is the first time I'm using this planner for 2 children. So what I've done here is I've put it into categories because this is how my kids have their sort of categories in their lunch boxes, how I sort of sort it out. I've got a sandwiches, I've got snacks and dairy, and I've also got drinks. Drinks is sort of a section where I probably don't need to put the drinks in there. Like some people do poppers and things like that, but most of the time my youngest will just have water because he's not allowed to have anything else but water. And but my oldest boy can have poppers and things because he's older. So yeah, so probably don't need a section so big for that. And I've just done the days of the week, you know, so we've got the 5 days of the week here, and then down in this section here, I've just got a food preparation and notes for shopping. This can be used either for, like, you know, if you've got to bake cakes or muesli bars or something like that, just to sort of let you know, and if you need to put down what you want to buy from the shop for that. I'm actually using it for extra things because I found that I needed more space up here. After I've done the planner, I'll show you what I've put in the lunch boxes, and it will just be like what I've written here. On Monday, I'm going to give them strawberries. They're going to have strawberries and cucumber and grapes. So, you know, one child's going to have the strawberries, the other one's going to have strawberries and cucumber. And then I figured out my youngest, I'm going to put some grapes with his strawberries as well. The sandwiches, they're both just going to have Vegemite. I froze a heap of sandwiches down last week, and it was just Vegemite and cheese, just cheese, and also honey. Usually I do jam as well. With the meats, I usually just make them up fresh. But meat is good to freeze as well in sandwiches, I guess. But I just do it that way and just make them the sandwiches on the day when it's got to do with the meat. But just basic sandwiches like that. And even on weekends, you can take them out and just, you know, take them with you if you're going to have a picnic. They're already made. So I really like having sandwiches. But now I've got 2 children at school. The sandwiches are going really, really quickly. So, like, instead of making 5 for the week for one child, I'm making 10. Yeah, everything goes quicker. The next section I've got here is for snacks and dairy. So this week I've made a video on baking and things like that for Friday. There'll be a new video coming out. So I've made banana cake, which they tell me it's really nice. So they're really happy with the banana cake, which is good. It's not dry, it's really moist. They're going to have banana cake each, and my youngest is going to have some arrowroot and butter, the arrowroot biscuits and butter, because I'm just worried he's going to eat everything in the first break. So I've given him a couple of little double ups of arrowroot biscuits there. And I've also got a fruit pillow. Both of them will have a fruit pillow each. Youngest will have root biscuits as extra. So yeah, just in case. And then for drinks, there's just water, and my oldest is going to have an Up and Go. So down in this area here, in the food preparation and notes for shopping, I've just got like extra things. So they have like a fruit break in the morning where they have to have a piece of fruit. They're both going to have a banana, and I have to name the fruit. So I'm just jotting down like some extra things to remind me what I have to do with the lunch boxes as well. And obviously here I have to remind myself to defrost the sandwiches the night before and the banana cake. And for some extra little snacks, I'm just going to give them some puff chips. I'll show you them in the lunchbox. But that's just my basic planner there. Like I said, you can download this on my website. Details are below in the description area. And yeah, it just makes it really easy. If you do it the night before and you have to pack the lunch boxes in the morning, it's already done for you. You sort of can just look at it and just pack the lunch boxes when you're really tired and you've just woken up and you're trying to think what you're going to put in your lunch boxes for school. So yeah, I'll show you now what the lunch boxes look like. Firstly, I'm going to run through what I got from Smiggle, starting with the cooler bags. I got these cooler bags on special, but I got them separately because I was just going to buy one to start with, and I thought I might get another one another time from somewhere else, or I was just going to see if my youngest could take it without the cooler bag, because these are for the Bento lunch boxes. Okay, so I buy them for a few reasons. Firstly, to protect the Bento lunch boxes, because if I don't want them to drop them and smash them. And secondly, to keep things cooler, even though we're very fortunate that our school has a fridge in every single classroom. You don't have to worry about giving the kids meats and yogurts and things like that, because they just go straight into their school refrigerator. So we're lucky because it's very, very hot here. And yeah, you definitely need to have some fridges in the classrooms in the school. So yeah, so these are just really handy, even though they do work as a cooler bag as well. And keeps the Bento lunch boxes protected. Even though my oldest boy does take it out of the bag to eat his lunch, he doesn't just drop it where he's taking it to, because he's got a bag. Then once he sits it down and positions it to eat it, he'll unzip the bag, take his lunchbox out and eat it. So this is the best option to protect the Bento boxes as much as possible. Or if you don't have a school that's got fridges in it, this will keep them cool as well, because you can put the freezer little cubes in there to keep the lunchbox cooler. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's got the Smiggle's My Name tag in there, so that's really cool. It's got the elastic netted bags, like a little cooler bag in there. You can put some spoons, some serviettes, things like that. That's what I would usually do. And they're really deep, so that's what I needed. Because when I first got the Bento lunch boxes, I thought I'll have a look around for the cooler bags, because I didn't get them from Hello Green. So I looked around and I really couldn't get them because they have to be the right size, and sometimes it's really difficult. A few years ago when I first started buying these lunch boxes, the Bento ones, I ended up getting a lunch bag from Officeworks for about $5 to $7, and it fitted the lunchbox perfectly. So I just didn't think I was going to get another one at that price. So I ended up going to Smiggle's because I needed some drink bottles from there anyway. But I only bought one. So going back to the story, I only bought one of these. So this is on special for $18.36 that I got these for. These were $18.36. But I bought them with the drink bottles. And then I realized I couldn't get another bag for my youngest anywhere else, so I thought I better go back to Smiggle's and get it, because this one does fit perfectly. When I got it, I tried it, it was great. I thought, and it's lightweight, I'll have to go back to Smiggle's and get another one. But the second time I went back to get it, it was $22.95, plus I had to pay postage and handling because that was the only thing I needed. So it worked out a little bit more expensive just for one bag, because I didn't put any thought into it to start with, and otherwise I would have saved myself a lot more money. But yeah, so this is just basically, it's a block attach lunchbox, and I think it just fits like it says here it connects to an attached backpack. Obviously one that Smiggle sells that it attaches to, and it looks like it just attaches to the front of the school bag, or it could be a lunch bag, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so really good. I'm happy with Smiggle's things. They do last a long time. I have bought the double-decker lunch bags from Smiggle's years and years ago, and I was really happy with that. That was well before I started buying the Bento lunch boxes, so I just sort of wanted a cube lunch box. These Smiggle's cooler bags are the perfect size for the Smiggle's Bento lunch boxes, but I didn't get my Bento lunchbox from Smiggle's because I just stuck with the same place that I normally buy them from. But I have heard that Smiggle's lunchboxes are really good, the Bento ones, and I really would like to try them. But I just stuck to the same company where I've always bought them. So that's the cooler bags there. Really happy with that, and I know that they're going to protect the lunch boxes, and also I can put things in there on top of their lunch boxes as well if I want to put extra things, which is what I really like about the lunch bags. You know, like if I just give them the Bento lunch box, it has no protection on it, and I can't really put anything else with it because their lunch box has to be, you know, the other items that go with the lunchbox have to be sort of in a bag. You just can't throw them in their fridges. So it has to be contained in a bag. So it has to be put in there. There's no other option. So, yeah, so that's the lunch cooler bags that I've got there, the lunchbox bags. Okay, these are the drink bottles that I got from Smiggle's. This is what I bought with one of the lunch bags originally, probably about over a month ago when Smiggle's had their big sale. They always have lots of sales, so just keep an eye out because they are good to buy when they're on sale. Now I bought 3 of them just to have a spare one because there's always a time when you need 2 drink bottles for a sporting event. They drop one, they lose one, or they find it in lost property a week later, but you need a spare one to give them. My oldest boy is always leaving his drink bottle at school for 2 to 3 days at a time, and I have to have a spare one just to rotate it. So this first one I got here is a spritz drink bottle. This one was the expensive one my oldest boy wanted. It's 700 and I think it's 760 ml. I'm pretty sure it's 750 or 760 ml, this one. This one was the large one. I didn't buy a large one for my youngest boy because I know that it's too big for him, even though my youngest drinks more water, I think, than my oldest boy. But my oldest boy wanted this one because it's got the little spray bottle on it. And I tried to stay clear of the spray bottle for my youngest who's starting prep because I know he'll end up getting into trouble and he'll just spray everyone with it for sure. Okay, so I figured it out. It's got a little handle on it like that you lift up and just fill up the drink. You just have to fill up the drink bottle all the way to the top, and it's got a little tube that runs all the way down that will be used as the spray bottle, like the little spritzer. And that connects to the top, and then it will just spray through that hole there, like spray on their faces to cool them down. And the other part here, if you want to drink out of it, you just push that lid up like that, and there's no straw in this one, which is handy too, but it has got the little spritz thing, so there's another straw there if you have to clean it. So that's the thing with the straws. But yeah, you just shut the lid like that, and they carry it around like that. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a really nice green. It's got the T-Rex on it, all the dinosaurs, and that will go with the blue lunch bag with all the dinosaurs. It's a mist function, BPA free, Eastman Triton, and hopefully it's a very hard plastic, so hopefully it doesn't go brittle when it gets dropped. But my oldest boy's had a lot of these drink bottles before from Smiggle's, and they've been really good quality. So this one was $21.56 on special. Okay, it says here that it's usually $26.95 in Australia, and I got it for $21.56. So that's the drink bottle there. That's my oldest boy's drink bottle. So hopefully we'll get a little while out of that one and it doesn't get lost. It's probably my youngest boy that'll probably end up losing his on the first day, I'd say. So the next drink bottle I got was this one, and I really like this one. This is for my youngest, and it's got astronauts, and I love the little mirror thing at the front there for the astronauts, like mask. It's got some space shuttles. It's got the moon, some like all sorts of things on there. So it's really lovely. It's very reflective, nice blue. Hopefully no one else has got the same ones in the class. But yeah, his is just a little zipper at the top, so it's easy for him to open, to use, and then they just shut it like that. There's no spritz bottle for him because I know he will get into trouble using that. This one here is 650 ml, so that's just the size I want for him. just the right size for him, and he can, yeah, it's not too heavy for him, it's not too awkward, and it has got that harder plastic as well. So hopefully they don't break. I want to get a long time out of them, you know, like I really, for the price that you spend on them, I don't want to buy more through the year at a high price. So I only really get them on special. This was a little bit more expensive than what I would like to pay, but you know, it's a back to school thing, a special sort of little thing for them to go back to school. It's my youngest boy's first year. Wanted to get some nice things, but throughout the year they may end up with a cheaper drink bottle if they lose them or they break. So we'll see how we go. This one's the next Smiggles one I got. Now this one here was $15.96. But to be honest, there isn't any much difference between this one and this one. I think they're both the same size. I think they're both 650 mil, same size, just different pattern. This one here was $9.60. You know, more people like to buy this kind of a design. That's why it's $15.96. But there's nothing wrong with this one. Looks like the same drink bottle except for the pattern to me. So this one's really cool. It looks like it's a good drink bottle for any age. It's got, like, you know, all the things that kids love, like chips and game consoles and ice blocks and sunglasses and Slurpees and all that sort of thing. And it's really reflective as well. So I really like their new reflective design. It's BPA free, which is really important. And yeah, and it's just got the zipper on it as well. So I didn't buy 2 spares because I do have a couple of older ones that I can use in case, but it's just really for rotation when they don't bring them home or they lose them. But for $9.60, that's a good price. And yeah, especially from Smiggles. But you have to get it when you're sort of getting a few things, because you end up paying, what, $12 or $10 for postage, I think it is. And if you don't get a few things at once, the postage can be rather expensive, like what happened to me with one of the cooler bags. But I like to just get everything in one hit from Smiggles, and you don't have to pay too much more for the delivery if you get it in one go. But yeah, so really happy with the drink bottles. The kids always love Smiggles things. I think it's just a, you know, it's a big thing at school if you've got Smiggles, but they haven't always had Smiggles things. My oldest boy sometimes has had just the, I've gone through Kmart drink bottles, Kmart drink bags, all that sort of thing. Big W ones, Woolworths ones, we've had them all. But we do keep going back to certain brands because we know that they last longer. So that's our Smiggles range today. And I will show you the lunch boxes that I've got that are going to fit in there. Okay, so these are the Bento lunch boxes that I buy. These are from a company called Hello Green. You can get them online. That's where I buy them from. The previous time I bought this lunchbox was around about 3 years ago, and my son still has that lunchbox. It's got scratches on it. It's never broken. He doesn't usually drop it with the cooler bag, so that does protect it. Anyway, so I ended up just going back to Hello Green and buying the Bento lunchboxes. I did look at other companies, and I know Smiggles also sell them as well. And I have heard really good reports about the Smiggles lunchboxes because I think you can remove the things inside them. These ones are not detachable. You can't like move the dividers inside them, but they're well worth the money. The price of these lunchboxes were $45.95. Okay, but they are going to last a long time. They will last you years. They're really good quality. So I'll open them up and show you what they're like. These are called Yum Box. They're the tapas size ones. So these ones are the large ones. You can get a small one too. I'm not sure about a medium, but I know you can get a small. There's so many different types. If you go to Hello Green, there's so many different lunch boxes in there. So these are the ones I normally get. My oldest boy's got a dark blue one, and my youngest boy had a small one when he was younger for like, just for like a daycare sort of size one, and that was a yellow one because his favorite color is yellow. But in this, I couldn't get yellow in this, the bigger ones, so I'll just try and open them up. So these are really good. They got 5 compartments in them. The other one my son had different things on it, like, you know, you can put meat in them, protein, sandwiches. It's got sort of little labels on them you could put in different areas, but this one just says sort of eat well, and they're like a tropical design. I really like them. They're really pretty. Got the light blue, and I got the fluorescent. My oldest boy is going to have the fluorescent. I wanted my youngest boy to have this one because I knew that this was a color he was going to be able to look for and find. but no, he wants this colour. So you can sort of remove the tray inside them, and unlike other cheaper brands, the kids can put them back in themselves. I found that some of the cheaper brands, they fall out and the kids can't shut the boxes properly because they're not going into the box properly, the tray. You can buy these trays separately if they get damaged, or you want to have a spare tray just to have the next day, or want to clean them or whatever. So these are, you can buy these extras. They are sort of got like a rubber sort of surface, so you do have to be careful with like germs and things that get into here. So you got to make sure that they're completely clean. As soon as the kids get home from school, I go straight through their school bags and take these out, and these are the first things that get washed, because I have to sort of dry them, and I lay out tea towels and I dry them on there after I've given them a really good wash out. So they're really, really good. I usually just put the sandwiches in this area. You can put yogurts and things in there, but I usually put like little seeds, or you know, little maybe chocolate chips or things like that, or bits of fruit like grapes goes in there. And you've got like all these two other sections for either vegetables or fruit salads or things like that. And then I put usually a baked treat in here. I always bake a treat for their lunch boxes, something that fills them up. Now, a whole sandwich will fit in this area. It doesn't look like it, but I always just slice it in half and put it in here. With my youngest, I'm going to cut his up into quarters, and I'm thinking of giving him 1.5 sandwiches, because I don't think he understands that he can't eat all his lunch in one go. So I'm a little bit concerned that he's going to try and eat it all, but I'm sure the teachers will monitor that situation. And my oldest boy's just got this bright green Kermit the Frog colour, which I think is really nice. And it's got the same sort of tray in it. Really nice design. Tropical. I really love it. So that's their lunch boxes, and that's from a company called Hello Green, and they were $45.95. They are well worth it, and you're going to get years out of these. I have now got these two, a small one and also a darker blue one. So I've got a little bit of turnaround there, but you know, I am really interested to try the Smiggles ones. So if anyone's had the Smiggles ones, please comment below and let me know what they're like. But I was just really, really happy with the Hello Green ones. They've been really good quality. They've never cracked on me or anything like that. And my boys are rough with them. I really understand they are rough. So if they've held up, like if my oldest boy's one's held up for like 3 years and there's still nothing wrong with it. The hinges are really good on it. There's nothing wrong with it. Still can be used. I just wanted to get him a fresh one this year, because it'd been years since I had bought him a new one. But so that is the Yum box, and it's the Tapas, you know, child-friendly, easy open latch, which is what I'm happy about. It's got healthy portions. It's reduce, reuse, and save. So you're not going to use a lot of bags in these sort of things. They are so easy. You can share products between kids. You don't have to use lots of things. You can, if you've got nothing in the house to eat, you manage to find things, because you can put them into little bits of tray, like into the tray, like it's like a platter. The kids have got a platter all the time. They don't have to waste their time opening up bags. The teachers won't have to open things up for them. It's so easy, and it's all compact for them. So it's well worth the money. These ones are quality, so they're worth it. I've also got, it's leak proof, one lid seals all compartments, which it has. I've tried it with yogurts, all sorts of things. Obviously not really watery things. You wouldn't put in there watery things that are gonna like pour out, but I haven't had a problem with them. It holds wet foods like yogurt and dip, not water. So there it is there down the bottom. So that's yeah, that's my little Smiggles haul today. I hope you've enjoyed that. That's my Smiggles haul and my Hello Green haul. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Don't get around, but there's something about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down.